Hello everyone, and welcome back to the 26th episode of my Pokemon Brilliant Diamond Let's Play. At the beginning of this episode, we're just going to run through a couple of the areas we can now access. Now we have use of the hidden machine for strength following the Canalave Gym badge. If you've got this badge but you don't yet have the hidden machine for strength, just make sure to visit the Lost Tower, go to the top of there, and you'll receive it from the elders at the top. So the first place we are here is in the Auberg City Gate. If you come to the southern area and surf across this water, you can access this little island over on the left. First up, we have to battle this trainer here. You'll see he has a couple of new Pokemon we have yet to see. So this is Veteran Grunt. So Veteran Grunt starts off with a Riolu. So Riolu being the baby form of the Pokemon Lucario, who we saw in the Canalave Gym in the last episode. Just quickly, while we're going through this battle, I just wanted to send my apologies for the brief interlude between our last episode and this one. I've been struck down with a bit of a chest infection, as there always is at the winter time of year. Seems to be going around a lot, and I picked it up, so I was unable to do any commentating. However, I seem to be getting over it now, so I will be resuming normal service and trying to get out an episode at least once per day. So Veteran Grant's second Pokemon here is a Staraptor, a Pokemon we obviously had ourselves earlier on in the series. Manaphy Surf continues to do a very good job. And Veteran Grant's last Pokemon here is a Graveler. Of course, we've seen Graveler quite a few times before. Manaphy again should be able to dispatch this fairly easily with a water type attack. Let's see if it has the ability Sturdy. It does indeed, unfortunately. So we'll take one more hit to take down. Thankfully it doesn't use something like Self-Destruct, which could have done a lot of damage. It just does a rather weak smackdown, and now Bubble Beam will take it down. So now we've beaten Veteran Grant, we can come down here and we can use strength on this first boulder. If you push it 2 spaces to the left, all the way across, we'll be able to access the item at the bottom of this area, which is an Earth Plate, one of the plates for the Pokemon Arceus, and also strengthens ground type moves. To get the second item here, you have to smash this rock out the way, and then if you come around the left hand side of the boulder and you push it to the right, you'll then be able to get the item. If you push this up and do it incorrectly, you'll have to leave the dungeon and come back in order to reset it. And the TM was for the move Focus Punch. Okay, so we've now moved across. We are now outside Wayward Cave, which we explored previously. However, if you come around here and you go underneath this bit of bridge and keep pressing upwards, there is a hidden entrance to Wayward Cave, which we didn't explore before. If you use the move Flash, which I have taught to my Electivire in advance of this, you'll see that there's 5 boulders here in this opening chamber. If we use Strength, we can push this middle one upwards, and we can leave ourselves a gap in order to access the stairs. So this is a whole new chamber we wouldn't have been able to access before. Now we're in here, we can get our bike out and we can go up one of these. Oops. We can go up these, I don't know what you call them, mudslides perhaps. And you'll see there's also a lot of these little boost ramps for us to jump across. Now, you have to be careful to jump across 3 but not 4 of these. Well, you can do 4 the first time, in fact, sorry, to access this max ether. But once you do, there's nowhere for you to go except for drop down this ledge and then go right back to the beginning. Before I forget, however, I did miss this. There is an item just down here by the entrance, just within this rock. If you come over this rock and press A, you can find a bag of Stardust hidden in the rock. Once I work out how to get the gears correct in my bike, we can head back up to these little jump panels. Oh, I jumped one too many. So sorry, you have to jump the first 3 in the fast gear, so gear 4, in order to do that double jump to get over the rock. However, when you get to the last jump, switch your bike before you hit the jump into the lower gear, and you'll then only do a 1-space jump, which will keep you... Oh, for goodness sake, didn't switch. We'll get around the next one, I'm sure. But it will do a 1-space jump then, and you'll then land in that little passage. Here we go. Switch gear, and there we go. And you'll end up in this little passage here, which will allow you to continue on with the dungeon. If you then switch back to gear 4, you can jump over here, and you can access this area. And go across the high beam. Now we've done that, we'll come down here. We'll go to the higher gear again, and just leap across here, and we'll pick up this item. The item available here is a grip claw. What the grip claw does is it extends the duration of moves that hold on to the opponent. So moves like bind and wrap. It will extend the duration of those so they cause more damage over time. Obviously a very niche item, but can be useful if you use those moves on your team. Continuing round then, we'll go to the northeast corner. There's another jump for us to take. You have to be a little bit careful just to jump over and not to double jump like I did there. Though of course if you do double jump you can just get off your bike, hop over this ledge and pick up the item. The item available is a revive. If you then stick your bike back on, you can then just continue along all of these jumps. Oh, I was in the wrong gear. Hop over these. We find ourselves in this little area here. You're around the outside, stay in gear 4, jump over here, and there's a staircase for us to go on. We can now run to the final chamber in the southeast corner, which is up these stairs here. And there is one item present here. The final item available in this dungeon is a powerful TM. It's the TM for the move Earthquake, which is a very strong physical-based ground move, so definitely recommended. There is also a Pokemon that you can find in here, which is actually going to be a Pokemon we are going to add to our team. And that is this Pokemon here, which is Gibble, or Gibble. So Gibble is the first evolutionary form of Gabite or Garchomp. So we are going to be catching Gibble and adding it onto our team at the expense of Hippowdon, or Hippowdon. As Garchomp will also be a ground type, there's no need for us to have 2 ground types within our team. So unfortunately, as good as he's been for us, Hippowdon will have to come out. Now as you see here, as Gibble is a dragon type, it can be very difficult to catch. I'm giving it a try with a couple of quick balls, but I'm not convinced that's going to work. So I'm probably going to have to switch out to something like Drapion and try and do some damage to this Gibble, and then we'll catch it. So now we have Drapion in, we should be able to deal some damage without killing it, as we have taught Drapion the move False Swipe. False Swipe being a move which does damage to the opponent, however will always leave it with 1 HP. Or at least 1 HP. So now we've done that, it should be pretty simple to catch. I'm actually going to try a Pokeball because I like the way they look in the Pokemon Center. No, it didn't work. Screw it, we just used a Dusk or an Ultra Ball. Even on 1 HP, this Gibble's proving very difficult to catch. We should have it done soon. I imagine the next ball will get it. Dust Ball didn't want to work, so let's try an Ultra Ball. And there we go. So finally we've got Gibble in the bag, so happy days. Now, Gibble's Pokedex entry. It nests in small horizontal holes in cave walls. It pounces to catch prey that strays too close. So we currently have... it's got good nature as well, that's handy. Boost its attack. I would have preferred to boost its speed, but attack would do. So of course we still have the Riolu egg in our party at the moment. So for now, we're actually going to take Infernape out in order to put Gibble in, as Gibble needs the XP. However, as Infernape's our highest level, I think we're going to take him out. He needs the XP the least. We will take the egg out at some point if it hasn't hatched soon. So, we've now flown back to Canalave City, which is where we can continue on with the story. So, last time we were here, we of course completed the Canalave Gym. The next step for us is to come into the library and go and meet Aiden. We could, of course, have actually skipped this and gone straight to Snowpoint City if we wanted. However, for now, we're going to come to the library. Hey, Harrison, over this way. That's Professor Rowan and Dawn. Okay, Gramps, I brought Harrison like I said, and now I'm out of here. Okay, I get it. And he comes back to the table. He's always desperate to run away. Everyone's finally here. Listen up. You may have forgotten already, but I study the evolution of Pokémon. The more I study, the more mysteries appear to multiply. There are some Pokémon that evolve, and others that don't. What makes them different from each other? Do immature ones evolve into ones that are more mature? If so, what do we make of the legendary Pokémon that don't evolve? Are we to assume that the legendary Pokémon of Sinnoh are complete as creatures? This is where you three come in. There are said to be mysterious Pokémon in each of the 3 lakes of Sinnoh. If we can obtain data on them, it may shed some light on how the process of Pokémon evolution works. I need help from each of you on this grand undertaking. Help me find these mysterious Pokémon. What are you saying? I didn't get a Pokédex. And who was it who bolted from the lab before I had chance to give them one? But that's water under the bridge. Seeing Pokémon with your own eyes is important for you becoming a better trainer too. You can count on me. It will help with my Pokédex too. Harrison, you'll go too, won't you? I would have made all 3 of you go regardless. Now there's 3 lakes. Fortuitously, there are 3 of you. Dawn, you go to Lake Verity. Aiden, I want you to investigate Lake Acuity. That would take you almost to Snowpoint City. The road there is harsh, and I need a tough trainer to go. Yeah, of course, Gramps. You can tell I'm the hotness. And that leaves Harrison with Lake Valor. So Lake Valor, of course, is the lake which we saw the Galactic Grunt running into before we got stopped by Cynthia. And then there appears to be an earthquake going on outside as the whole room tremors. But be wary of aftershocks. So everyone thinks an earthquake has gone off. So we're going to run outside and see what actually has happened. Whoa, that tremor. That wasn't a natural occurrence. Hey, old dude and kids. Something big just happened. They're saying there's a huge explosion at Lake Valor. Kaboom! Like that. And just walks away without any more explanation. So Aiden heads off for Lake Acuity as per Rowan's instruction. We're going to head off to Lake Valor per Rowan's instruction, whilst they head off to Lake Verity. Lake Verity being the lake right next to our hometown of Little Root Town. So we're going to head straight over to Pastoria City, and then we're going to just quickly ride round and get to Lake Valor. So I think you can guess what happened, of course, at Lake Valor, seeing as we saw Team Galactic's shifty Grunt running his way up there, having mentioned that he had a bomb. So I think we can guess exactly what's happened at Lake Valor. So we're just going to quickly sprint round, go through the Grand Hotel. This is the easiest way, I think, to get to this lake without facing too many wild Pokemon. There we are, Valor Lakefront. If we can keep running up here, we can now see that the two Galactic Grunts that were blocking the entrance have now moved. So we can now get into this area. So as you see, Lake Valor doesn't look much like a lake anymore. Magikarp flopping around, huge craters, smoking craters with fire in. Team Galactic have quite clearly set off a bomb inside the lake and completely cleared the lake. There are several Team Galactic trainers here for us to face on our way through. So the first one up here is just a regular Team Galactic Grunt, who's going to use a Glameow, followed by a Krogunk. We're going to let these battles play out as I think they're quite interesting for the story. So that's our first Team Galactic Grunt taken down. There'll be a couple of them kicking around here in this little crater. Heading down, we see more poor Magikarp flopping around in the crater. If we head up to the north, we can see there's just a pile of these poor Magikarps flopping around. Unfortunately, just left out in the sun, away from the water. Now it's all been cleared out. We can't head through this way, so we're going to have to continue heading on to the south to try and find out what's happened and who exactly was responsible for this. So we're going to head down this western path, and we're going to face off against another Team Galactic Grunt. So this one here uses a slightly different team to the one that we faced earlier. First they're going to send out a Golbat, then he'll use two Krogunks. So now we've defeated that Grunt, we can continue on to the east and we'll find there's another Grunt just here for us to face off against. This one here has 3 Pokemon. So at first he opens up with a Krogunk. He will then use a Dustox and also a Beautifly. All of these Galactic Grunts don't have particularly strong Pokemon. They're all fairly low level, around mid-30s. But they're low level, particularly compared to obviously a lot of the gym challenges we've taken on recently. So we should be able to take these out pretty easily, given we have a 10 level plus advantage on almost all of our team. The final grunt here outside of the little cave entrance doesn't want to battle us. He just gives us a little bit of a rundown on their plans. And then there's nothing else really to pick up around here. It's just an open space. So we can then head into this cavern. We find a mysterious figure stood in the middle of the cavern. So this here is the final Team Galactic commander. Of course, we've so far seen Commander Mars and Commander Jupiter. This one here says that Commander Jupiter should be ashamed that she lost to a little kid like us. And now we're going to face off against this final commander. So this here is Commander Saturn. He has 3 Pokemon. He intros with a Kadabra. Should be no match for our Manaphy, as again, we're going to be levels above his team here. However, the boss Pokemon on his team, so his strongest Pokemon, can cause some damage if you're not careful with your typings, particularly as it has very, very strong attack. So just have to be a little bit careful. Kadabra here has actually caused a fair bit of damage there, but now we've got Tail Glow up. We should have super high special attack, and our moves should just one-hit KO his whole team. Another level there for Gibble. He's slowly approaching evolution level. So for those of you who don't know, Gibble evolves at level 24. So Commander Saturn's second Pokemon here has sent out a Bronzor, level 35. But then for some reason, instantly decides to switch it out and change it for his boss Pokemon, or his strongest Pokemon. Which ends up being a good move, as Toxicroak has the ability Dry Skin, which I missed there and didn't mean to click Surf. So the move Dry Skin means the Toxicroak cannot be hit by water-type moves. So we're actually going to switch out here and go for, I think we're going to go for Togekiss. So Toxicroak is the evolved form of Croagunk. It is a fighting and poison type with extremely high attack and good speed. So you need to be a little bit aware, as it can be very, very strong. However, being fighting type, it is weak here to Togekiss's flying type Air Slash. And as thankfully Togekiss is very strong, it's able to take this out fairly simply. Which just leaves Commander Saturn with the Bronzor that we saw earlier. I actually believe that Commander Jupiter put up more of a fight than Saturn did when we fought against her, but perhaps Saturn doesn't believe that's the case. And with that, Commander Saturn is defeated. Ominously, upon his defeat, he mentions that he only managed to buy some time, and that by now Commander Mars should have managed to capture the Pokemon hidden in Lake Verity. Professor Rowan and Dawn went to Lake Verity, so hopefully they've managed to hold them up or stop them. We, however, are going to fly down there and just make sure they're okay. So we flow home to Twin Leaf Town. Whilst we're going to quickly speak to our mum in her home. She'll quickly heal up our team. Of course, still a little bit damaged from the last battle. So now we've healed up, we can head round and go to Lake Verity. Lake Verity, of course, being where our adventure actually started. And when we first picked up our Chimchar. It's come a long way since then. Heading in here, we see Professor Rowan. Ah, Harrison, what timing. Those Team Galactic scoundrels are after the legendary Pokemon. You have to help Dawn. So proceeding onwards, we see that all the battles between here and Commander Jupiter and Dawn are actually all double battles. So make sure you have your team fully kitted out, ready for the double battles. In my case here, my front two Pokemon are Manaphy and Drapion. Unfortunately, in this circumstance, I can't do what I did in Wayward Cave when we were with Riley. As if I use Surf, I'll knock out my own Drapion, which I don't really want to do. Of course, you could add some synergy into your double battle team. For example, if my Drapion was like Toxicroak, for example, it could use Dry Skin to absorb the Surf whilst it damages the opponent's team. That's just one example of clever synergy you can have in double battle teams. So after the first two Pokemon have been taken out, the second two they've sent in is a Glameow and a Stunky. Of course, both of these trainers have 3 Pokemon apiece, so it can take you a little bit of time to defeat them all. And the final two Pokemon we're going to face off against is a Golbat and another Glameow. Immediately after facing these two Grunts, we can move up here, and we have to instantly get into another double battle with another pair of Grunts before we can speak to Dawn and Commander Jupiter. This team here doesn't use a full team this time, thankfully. They have 2 apiece. So to begin with, we face off against Beautifly and also a Stunky. The Beautifly has particularly low defensive stats, so you should have no issue at all, and of course Stunky is yet to evolve, so isn't particularly strong either. The level on these teams is also actually lower than the Grunts that we faced off against at Lake Valor, so for some reason the trainers are actually getting weaker at the minute, I'm not sure why. But either way, they're easily taken down. But they give us good XP for Gibble at least. Now the second set of Pokemon with these Galactic Grunts is another pair of Glameows, level 32 and level 33. And with that, we can now proceed on and speak to Dawn and Commander Jupiter. That face, it brings back bad memories. I'm talking about the Valley Windworks. I caught a whole lot of trouble for that little incident. What's with that look on your face? You do remember me, don't you? Fine, whatever. I'll tell you who I am again. I'm Mars, One of Team Galactic's commanders. How cute. You two think you're going to save the day in your little game? Not a chance. Not even a teeny one. You're all going down. So apologies, I actually kept saying earlier this is Commander Jupiter. Of course it's incorrect, this is Commander Mars, who we faced off against in Valley Windworks. And Commander Jupiter will be at the final lake, Lake Acuity. So Commander Mars we face off against in a single battle, not a double battle this time. Her team is similar to what Commander Saturn had, is significantly stronger than all the grunts around her. The Golbat she opens with is actually level 37, which will be one of the highest level Pokemon that we faced off against so far. Still, Manaphy manages to one-hit it, which is brilliant to see. And it's now going to send out its second Pokemon, which is Perugly, the evolved form of Glameow. You'll note how most of the grunts around the area seem to mirror their commander that you'll face at the end. A lot of the grunts we faced earlier had Glameows in preparation for this Perugly. Same as lots of Crogunks at Lake Valor just before we faced off against Commander Saturn with his Toxicroak. And up last for Commander Mars is a Bronzor. Manaphy once again just doing huge damage and one-hitting absolutely everything in our path. Our Pokemon now are all getting up back around to level 49, so we might have to reintroduce Infernape to the team. However, of course, during that, if you're paying attention, we did get Gibble up to level 24, which means we're going to see him make his first evolution, and probably his only evolution for quite a while. So this is the evolved form of Gibble. This is Gabite. Gabite retains the same typing as Gibble in being a dragon and ground type Pokemon. There's a long-held belief that medicine made from its scales will heal incurable illnesses. So Commander Mars now bemoans the fact that she's now lost twice against us and how embarrassing it is. However, consoles herself with the fact that she apparently has completed her mission and acquired the Pokemon from this lake. So Saturn's grandstanding at Lake Valor made the caverns appear here for the Pokemon Mesprit. So Commander Mars has now got hold of Mesprit and taken it away. She now details what the 3 legendary lake Pokemon are and says that Team Galactic has captured all of them. I see. This also occurred at Lake Valor. Another legendary Pokemon was taken away by Team Galactic. Both of you went up against fully fledged criminals. The fact that you're unharmed is something to celebrate. But what about Lake Acuity? Is Aiden safe? And he leaves that just at that, on that little cliffhanger. So of course, Lake Acuity is where we're going to head next in the storyline. First up, however, whilst the water level is quite high here at Lake Verity, you can surf on it. And if you surf just around to the southwestern corner, you'll see here there's an extra little patch of grass. And in the bottom right corner, hidden, if you click here, is a TM. So the TM here is for TM38, which is for the powerful special-based fire attack move, Fire Blast. So our next mission here is to head, if you can see, up to the northern area, up to Lake Acuity. To do that, we're going to have to head through Mount Coronet, starting from Celestic Town. However, we will be doing that in the next episode. If you've enjoyed, please drop a like and please subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.